Hey everybody, and welcome back to Sponge's Tech Tips. I'm Sponge. Thanks for tuning into another video. Got a little project I'm working on. Oh, I should start off. Woodinville, Washington State. Beautiful day, probably 64, 65 degrees. Overcast. Hazy, I should say. Not really overcast, just hazy. There's the sun. Got this project going on. I am going to be doing a whole bunch of videos here, and some of them are pretty easy and some of them are a little bit more difficult. But I figure since I'm doing the whole thing, I might as well just do video after video. Might help a ton of people. So we're working on a 2008 Honda Pilot. Working on two of them technically, and we have a very nice low mileage Pilot, so of the same year, 2008, and we have a higher mileage 2008 with a beautiful interior. The interior's in near perfect condition on this thing, but sadly this one has a blown motor. So what we are actually going to be doing is we are going to be swapping all of the interior over from this white one to the gray one. Now I'm not going to show you every little single swap, but I will show you how to remove things one by one. I'm going to do individual videos, and I'll just kind of give you a lead in every time. So the first thing we're going to do today is we are going to be doing the door panels. Now this first video is going to be applicable to both the rear doors and the driver's front door. And the only difference on the driver's front door is there's one little light that needs to be unplugged. But other than that, they're basically the same. The two back doors are identical, just mirror images. And the front passenger door is almost the same, so I won't do an individual tutorial on that. The driver's door will get its own tutorial. So let's talk about tools. Here we can see the interior in this thing. Very nice interior. Blown away at how many miles this has with the interior. They obviously didn't use it much, but and it's a premium, so it has like the wood paneling, the updated, or not updated, but the upgraded wood paneling. So okay, tools we're gonna need: Phillips head screwdriver, medium size. Doesn't have to be super long, but you can't use the super short stubby because you're gonna have to get into a couple tighter areas. A hook pick helps, or you can use a panel popper, but I actually like the hook pick because you can pull up the part without it really touching the rest of the door panel. And then a small small pan head screwdriver. Now this one I do recommend. You could use a pick, but the pick tends to do a little bit of damage, and I'll show you that when I get there. So I really like this really tiny flat tiny flat pan head screwdriver. There we go. It's kind of a tongue twister there. So all right, right out of the gate, the first thing we're going to do, obviously open the door. You do not need to have the window down, but you can have it down if you want. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our hook pick, and we're going to go underneath the window switch. And I guess this is a cup holder. It's kind of funny shaped, but and this is where you could also use a panel popper and come in like a plastic one. But you can see you're going to be up against the leather, and that could scratch it. So I like the pick because you can just come up underneath. Now, do not pull from the front. This has a kind of a hook that goes underneath. If you pull from the front, you will break that. So we're going to pull from the back. I have already prepped everything, so it shouldn't be too difficult. You're going to go up underneath, pop it up like so. You'll have to put a tiny bit more force, and then you're going to then pull it back and up. And I will show you. There's the hook that goes underneath right here, and it goes underneath this part here. So next thing you're going to do, you don't need a tool for this. You just reach down. There is a little, let's see if I can show you. Right there's a little push. You're going to push on that, and doing it one-handed because I'm holding the camera in the other hand. There we go. So pop that free, set this aside. Now that's the only plug on this back door, okay? When you get that exposed, you'll notice there is a Phillips head screwdriver screw here. I've already brought it out most of the way. It'll be deeper in there, but you just unscrew that screw with your Phillips head screwdriver. That's one of the screws. Next one, if you go underneath the grab handle, there is a hole. You're going to go up in there and pull that one out, which I have already done. That one's out. But there is a single Phillips head screw up in there, the same as the one above. Okay, set the Phillips head aside for a second. The next thing you're going to do, on the door handle itself, the pull, you're going to use, this is where you're going to use that little flathead screwdriver. You'll notice inside, let's see if it focuses, there's a little tiny groove. And you're going to slide that panhead screwdriver into it and kind of push it in and pull back at the same time. Again, let's see if I can do it with one hand. I don't want to scratch anything. There we go. Okay, and then it falls out. That's the only thing you're going to use that little panhead screwdriver for. So now the reason why some people use a pick, you can see this one actually has had a pick pushed in there before. The round pick goes in, but it tends to do a little damage to the plastic. Okay, once you get that out, set that aside, you're going to go back to your Phillips. There is going to be two screws, one here and one here, which I already pulled out. Just to show you what those look like. It's a, let's see if I can get it into focus, just a little black Phillips head screw. There you go, set that aside. Okay, once that is unscrewed, you're gonna pull your door handle out, okay? This might be the only tough thing for me to do one-handed, but at the back of this, you see that little purple clip right there? That's the little clip that holds the metal arm to the door handle itself, and you have to pop that off. Again, let's see if we can do this one-handed. Try to line everything up. You can use anything. You can use your pick. You can use that flathead. My camera's telling me I'm too close, but you want to pop this thing back, and you can either pull on the top or the bottom. So I popped it off there, swing it around, then you go up with the little metal bar. Hopefully yours doesn't fall into the door like mine did, but that's okay, it didn't go far. There it is right there. You can see what you just unhooked is this little piece swinging right here that clamps around the metal bar. Okay, set that aside. So now all of your screws are removed. The next thing you're going to do, and I do not recommend a tool for this, it's not necessary. If you reach around the front of the door panel, kind of go down, you'll feel kind of a lip that you can grab. And what I want you to do is, I want you to just kind of grab some of the meat of the door panel and pull it out, and you'll feel it unpop, about 7, 8, 9 clips. I already popped half of mine, so it came off a little easier, but you'll notice it's swinging now. Once this comes out, you're going to lift straight up, and bingo bango, your door panel is removed from the vehicle, like so. And this is going to give you access if you want to do speakers, if you need to do a replacement to the window motor in here. Obviously, you have to get behind the plastic. Replacement of glass, you'll need to do this. So obviously you have to get in and vacuum if you have shattered glass or anything like that. In our case, we're actually swapping panels because we're doing the nicer interior with the wood grain. So, all right, guys, so that's it. That's how you get it off. And it's going to be the same for the passenger side and the front door. I'll open that and show you. The only difference on the front door, once you do everything, there is a single light down here at the bottom, and you need to unplug that. I guess there's two things. And then the other thing is when you pull off the handle, there's a single plug behind the door lock button, and that removes the same way that the window remove. There's a little push and it just pops out. Really easy. Oh, I guess there was a third. See, I missed a bunch of stuff. The other thing you have to do first on the front door is you have to take off this panel here first, and that's simply using the hook and popping that off. You'll see that on the other front door when I do the full tutorial on that. So, all right, guys, so that's it for this video. Feel free to tune in, hit the like button for this video, subscribe to the channel. We are doing everything. I'm going to be replacing all the seats. I'm going to be replacing all the seat belts. We are doing a full color change of the interior because this interior is so immaculate, and we are not going to be fixing this vehicle. So we're going to be using as many parts off of it as we can. It's going to be kind of interesting. There are some stuff that's tough. This is just to show you, this is the gray out of the silver, and you'll notice that the interior we're putting in is a darker, almost an olive gray color. So but we are going to be doing everything, the entire floor, seat belts, side panels, all the door panels. I think the only thing we probably aren't going to do is the headliner, because the headliners are actually somewhat similar in both of these, but I won't know till I get in there. We'll see. So, all right, guys, subscribe if you want to see, if you're interested in these pilots and you want to see more on this particular vehicle, and then also subscribe if you want to see more repairs, because you can see we've got a ton of vehicles to do here. So don't kind of ignore some of the stuff in the background here, because some of this stuff is not stuff we're fixing. These are vehicles that's why I'm up in this corner. These are parts vehicles that were damaged, and we're salvaging as many parts off of it as we can to fix the other small things that come in. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Again, hit the like button, subscribe, and yeah, please subscribe, because that'll, if I ever get to a point where I have enough subscribers, maybe I can recoup a little bit of money for the time that I put into this. That's not why I do it, but heck, nothing wrong with throwing a little extra cash in the pocket. So, and then also leave a comment if you have any concerns about what I did, or if you want to see something special in this situation or another automobile. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know. All right, thanks, guys. See you on the next one.